bit of character, but Melio making it all the way to the last phase was something we potentially predicted for TT to just take in their first phase of red side. It's kind of strange, RA on blue able to get so many of these powerful picks, but at least Yao going to try and counter out the Draven Melio with the threat of those hooks able to come through.
Absolutely, and I think that was kind
of going the complete opposite direction, going for the scaling now.
Here we go.
Here.
That's a double grab at him, and that's going to mean Feather's trying to flash away, seeing if he can keep himself going, but a flashback in on top of him. He's still ticking up and going far. He hasn't gone down just yet. He needs another auto attack. Finally gets taken out. Beishuan with the kill. That's first blood, but I don't think he's going to be able to get out of this because Strife is here. They're waiting for Lian as well. Beishuan coming in, going to get hit by the charm. Confirmed by Strife. Asum probably not too upset about that because he doesn't have a lot of strikes.
But Beishuan's still nowhere even close.
I mean, this is kind of a bit risky here by Hoya because...
Yeah, they're going to go in. We're going to see now if they can give it over to Assume.
Yeah, there's the exhaust immediately going down. The Cyclone there. They're trying to give it over to the Draven. They're tanking up, and there's the stacks. They will trade it back, though, 1 for 1, but I feel like you're still pretty...
But, yeah, I guess this just goes to show of TT not really having a game plan, right? Could have tried to set up the cross map.
9 times out of 10, you're usually giving up the dragon just because you're trying to say, look, our waves aren't in a good state. We're going to lose too much on the map. And then they still lose bot lane turret. The rotations are still very... And for TT, they're looking like they're kind of getting a bit impatient, a little bit more desperate as they're trying to make this work. But I don't know if they can. They're going to be a... Oh, my God, they got a charm off the backside. And another load of stacks go to Asum. I mean, it admittedly looks really, really good. So if you are in Australia... I don't really know exactly where he lives, but if you are in Australia, you know, hit him up. And, it's still a profit, you know.
Yeah. So we need TT to somehow get into that mindset. And
I like this. They're overloading to make sure they can get it. But I mean, it just kind of sums up this game right now. Side Lian gets himself back over the wall. They are going to put in the Whirling Death for a little bit of damage. Hoya is in a flank position, but Yao kind of not in a great spot right now, and he will be assassinated. They will have the Spirit Rush available now. How do you fight this? Your engage was kind of the Blitzcrank hook, and that's it. Hoya in no man's land, and they're just going to have to give this one up. They're going to have to try and just make sure they don't lose anything else because the Baron is spawned.
A few minutes of the hangs. Yeah, oh, we're not.
No. Well, we're probably going to get it anyway. Nope, never mind. It was a bait and switch. They thought it was bot lane, but it was actually up towards top. And now it's bot lane. Xiaoshu with getting the solo bolo. RA incomplete. Honestly, just a little lackluster to say the least. And now they're going to try and burst out Beishuan as well. They will not get the fire kick off, but they will get the Baron. They will get his flash, and it will force him all.
JDG. Now, I guess the question comes into day. It's like, you know, can RA, I guess, have his...
22 minutes into this game, 8,000 gold lead. It's growing up to a 9,000 gold lead. It's...
he must have a few more, right? He must.
I mean,
but that is definitely the only one that I'm aware of.
Yeah, I'll check IMDb, and Asum gets himself another few stacks. Not quite sure how many he had. I don't think it's gotta start banning some of these things that like were left open. Like, look at the side of RA, Cassante, Wukong, Ahri, Milio. Like, sure, the Draven's not that meta. You could maybe, you know, kind of argue that, but this is just such a huge amount of power picks to be giving over. And I'm not a big fan of draft diff because I don't feel like games can be won and lost in draft, but this just feels like the ease of execution for RA, which is gonna hand it to them.
The problem is, I don't even really know what bans they could change. Like, at least this game, they were on red. They had to ban Nico and Vi. I guess they could have changed the Renekton, but they could have taken Cassante Melio.
They could have taken Cassante Melio, but they do kill off the Draven. Finally, the hook does land, but it ends up being traded back a little bit. We are going to see the Steadfast Presence keep stride. Fairly honest in this game, and now Xiaoshu has to be very careful. It's still decent damage from this Aphelios, and TT now kind of coming back into this one, trying to make this one work, but I mean, it's still a Cassante, and that means he's still doing unholy amounts of damage. Hoya will turn around and take him out. I mean, you get a decent fight here for TT, but the base is in shambles.
It's coming out from 1xN to be able to flash it and get that one, but like you said, Cassante's just an absolute menace. Finding that 1v1 kill in the backline on the AD carry. Doesn't manage to get away to end it. They don't really have like great sieging power, so they are going to need a Baron, which is why they're looking for this now. They just got to make sure that that Beishuan ult doesn't end up hitting Luyan out of the pit, and that Hoya can keep biding his time.
Oh, they were going to go in, but unfortunately for Beishuan, cannot get himself out. We will see Hoya getting knocked back as well to make sure he has nowhere to go and will be taken out on the backside of this one here. While this is all happening, Super Minions flooding into that bot side, dotting their I's, crossing their T's, and securing game number 1 here in this best of 3. I don't know if I have extreme faith in 1xN. He's going to go forward. Oh, my God! Holy moly! I should have believed! What the hell was that? That was absurd!
The big Inferno Moonlight Vigil, the timing could not have been better. I don't know if it'll be enough to save the game for TT, but it's going to buy them even more time once again.
Oh,
my
God. Don't know what I'm going to do.
Surely not, right? Surely not.
Oh, they missed the ultimate there, and that means Yao Yao dies straight off the bat. Didn't see Leyen jumping in on the backside to try and take down 1xN. Leyen will keep himself alive, and there is exactly what you wanted to see. The Cassante jumping onto the Aphelios. It took a little bit. It was definitely a lot rockier than they probably wanted it to be. But RA will pick up the win, and look, after everything, I'm just glad we got that massive Infernum ultimate. That was incredible. That made that whole game worth it.